Disclaimer. This video is okay. This video is going to be part 1 of 2. This part is going to talk about how crashes crash and what a crasher is, along with what VRChat is. But aside from that, if you're here to understand that, or if you want to actually help me out on this investigation, please leave a comment in the comments below, telling me just any general information that I should have added, or I should add in the future, or anything that may be relevant or helpful for the future, the second part. But apart from that, I hope you enjoy the history of VRChat's crashes. Oh boy, been a bit. Anyways, I'm your host Gamer, and today we'll be talking about the history of VRChat and its crashes. Now, let's begin with a short introduction about a crasher. What is a crasher exactly? A crasher in any game is someone that will use malicious software / client and or game function to boot someone out of a game without consent, e.g. crashing someone's graphics card so that their game shuts down and or possibly blue screens their computer. Just to note quickly, not all crashes are bad. There are a few that crash the malicious crasher, or do it for good, so don't be too quick to make assumptions. Some also may be by mistake, but anyways. Now obviously, the last part in that example may not happen, but it's still a possibility since crashing sometimes does involve pushing a computer's hardware over its limit, till it has to save itself by shutting the game. VRChat is a free VR social game where you can socialize with friends or attend activities that may usually be held in real life, e.g. conventions, weddings, clubs, rock climbing, golf, the list goes on. VRChat has 3 main modes that users can choose from, these being desktop mode, users with no VR at all, but a PC, PC VR mode, users with a PC and a VR headset, and Quest, users with no PC at all but a VR headset. For each of these users, there's a crasher for them, Quest being the easiest due to not having something to back it up, that being a PC. Now, obviously, there are ways to stop this from happening, but I don't want to rant about VRChat making that dumb EAC mistake for the next 30 minutes, so I'll move on. So, let's move on to how, well, crashes crash. Just a quick side note, I actually do have one particular crasher named Profile Icon Crashers. They worked near the start of, I can't remember, but this could be very false information that I was given by someone that I was talking to. But apparently they just crash people by looking at the profile. I think it's a lie, but I'm still going to include it, so do not take this seriously. But apart from that, most of the crashes that I mentioned in here may not be fully detailed, so that's a clear warning. So I may be wrong, I may be right. Please don't take me as, oh my god, everything is right, what he says. Please do your own research, make sure whatever I say is right, or whatever, put it in the comments if you'd like, and you can help me out. But, with that, let's move on. 1. Particle crashes. Work from VRC when around VRC was made, 2018. It's gonna be a very common staple, so when you hear me say work from when VRC was made, you'll understand. 2 now, 2022. That's when I'm recording this. But apart from that, even though, yeah. But anyways, particle crashes use a very large amount of particles that overdrive your GPU and CPU, causing them to either shut down to save themselves or somehow make it through. Particle crashes aren't really much of a threat, however, since by itself it's pretty weak compared to its other more dangerous cousins. These crashes only affect PC desktop users and PC VR users, since it's a hard limit for Quest, although it can probably be bypassed by using modded SDK. But again, it doesn't really work as far as I know. Well, it doesn't really work that well as far as I know, but could be ultimately wrong. Particle crashes are usually attached to avatars with the use of Unity's own particle system. Although sometimes not just for malicious purposes, particles on any avatar can sometimes look very cool, and other times be very dangerous. However, since they're pretty rare, once more, there's not much of a reason to be too afraid of them.
Yes, how does it feels to chew 5 gum?
2. Shader crashes. Work from when VRC was made around to now, as far as I know. Shader crashers use a... Honestly, even I don't know that well. To explain it, I'd have to go into detail of what a shader is. A shader is an image composed of code. This code is arranged in a way to give the shader its shape, you could say. While searching up how they work, it honestly surprised me. At first I suspected it caused an issue with the graphics card. However, after testing it out on VRChat, there's a website that supplies codes and shaders. However, I'm not going to link it, because that shader can be used for malicious intents. But rather, it causes an issue with the central processing unit, or the CPU. Now, this may be wrong, and there might be versions that do affect the GPU, but again, I just don't know. Coding isn't my specialty, so I can't even explain it properly, although that's probably for the best. Shader crashers tend to be attached to avatars, like particle crashers. However, they need an object to work. Without an object, a shader doesn't have a way of showing itself. There are some avatars that do have said shader behind toggle, however, so they can be selective, you could say, but other avatars can have the shader shown at all times, which can lead to crashing. Just a side note, it has come to my attention that some shaders actually just don't need an object, they just load in and they can crash your game. I don't know, it's weird. I was talking to my friend about it and that's what they said. It may be wrong, but again, just for now, it's what I believe, I guess. Moving on. 3. Color ID crashes. Work from when, as far as I know, VRC was made to now. Honestly, even I don't know that much about this one from what I was told. A color ID crusher uses an invalid/unknown color that crushes some older GPUs. It's not that easy to explain since I probably couldn't get it running. It would most likely crash my Unity or my GPU before I could do anything. As far as I know, it affects 1080 Ti's from Asus. There's again not much I can talk about here, but if you know anything, please feel free to explain it in the comments. Color ID crushes are once more attached to avatars and are most likely integrated into lasers or a lightsaber, you could say. Get hit with it, and you might live, you might crash. 4. Audio crashes. Work from when VRC was made to around June or May 2022. Audio crashes use either a loud or an unknown, I'm not 100% sure about this, just a disclaimer, sound to crash your CPU. Audio crashes are 50-50 most of the time. Sometimes you get a severely loud one that'll make your ears bleed, and then you'll get crashes. You'll most likely hear a blip before you crash, and here's a bit of proof of one crasher doing so. Another side note to add, this might not be an audio crasher, however, people have said it is. I believe it is, but I may be wrong, so please don't take this as truth.
Got a nice dumpy there. I'm gonna slap that butt. Got a nice dumpy there.
Nice. Netter? Netter?
No fucking way. There is no fucking way. You just got crashed.
I did. Did you hear that?
Oh,
Did you
my
hear that sound?
Yes.
Uh,
LOL. Didn't do shit. Easy anti-cheat, bro.
Audio crashes, as far as I know, can crash Quest and PC users, and tend to be one of the less common types of crashes. Unfortunately, I don't really know much else. Audio crashes tend to be a part of a client or an avatar. Audio can usually be applied to avatars with ease in Unity, and can have a simple toggle behind it. Audio crashes can also crash the user using it, but it's unknown if you get crashed as well. 5. Client crashes. Were introduced to VRC around 2018 till 2020, I think, till now. Client crashes use a third-party software to integrate it forcefully into the game. Think of GTA 5 and its mods, all those cheaters that crash and grab your information. That's essentially what the VRC crasher client users are, maybe except the info grabbing part. The client users use clients like, and yeah, I'm not saying their names, however they were impacted hard by the EAC drop. Although let's be honest, seriously, GTA 5 has a shitty EAC. How many modders and cheaters do you see on a daily basis? But aside from that. Anyways, client users just use essentially a different route to crash your game. This can involve anything, loading, crash, freezing your game, booting you from a lobby. Client users essentially have the whole bunch. However, once more, not all are bad. Some of the clients are just used to stop crashing since they have a better inbuilt anti-crasher that contains it all. Client crashes can unfortunately be found anywhere, but most of the good ones malicious or for the good, can come at a price. Most may be purchase and forget. A select few might actually be another VRC plus a subscription. 6. Polygon Crashers. It's in the name. Polygon Crashers, as far as I know, have been around since when VRC was made till now. Polygon Crashers use an extraordinary amount of polygons crush your GPU. Usually these crashes aren't that effective, however, as most PCs can handle upwards to probably 5 million plus or more polygons. No, seriously, like, Polygon Crashers are a little issue. I've seen someone make a fully rendered Titan from TF2. No, not that TF2, this TF2. It had 2 million polys combined, but anyways, Polygon Crashers may not be that much of an issue for PC, but it is for Quest. Although Polygon Crashers may use some sort of toggle that summons way too many polygons and obviously crashes your Quest or PC. However, I'm unsure, well, since because I haven't seen one before, but I know they are out there. Polygon Crashers are mainly the avatars themselves or their add-ons slash accessories. There's no catch, and usually the model is either poorly designed or it's designed to be a crasher. 7. Emoji Crashers. Mainly part of particle crashers as emojis are particles, but aside from that. Emoji Crashers have been around since when VRC was made till around end of 2021. Emoji Crashers use VRChat's in-game emojis to crush users. Usually bots and client users would use some sort of software or whatever to allow them to spam as many emojis at once with ease. Can murder your PC slash Quest. I've already talked about how particles can crash your PC. For some reason, emojis are somewhat different. I guess just because these bots and users can make an output of God knows how many emojis at once, just does worse than that of its cousin. Being particle crashers. There's not much else to talk about, so I'll move on to the next. 8. Quest crashers. There's really not much else to say here, since it's already been covered in a lot of the ways that crashers crash. Quest crashers have been around since Quest was introduced to VRChat, and the issue still persists to this day. I showed VRC, man, did the AC help so much. But, apart from that, Quest crashers are easily one of the most common crashers. Like, seriously, who could think that a little PNG, not an NFT, if that's what you thought of, Christ, of a monkey, to crash all Quest users in a singular lobby? Quest crashers can use a variety of these crashing types, or just one. They'll still get the job done. Crashes, as I said, may just be a PNG or an avatar itself, with one of these crashes added to it, with the sole purpose of only crashing Quest users. But apart from that, that'll be the end of part 1 of this video. If you enjoyed it, or if you want to please help me out on the second part, which will be the actual crasher groups themselves and how long they've been around, please leave a message or comment in the comments below stating whatever info you may know. It'd be it would be a real great help, and oh my god, I don't know what else to say. It'd just be really appreciated. But apart from that, I hope you enjoyed this first part of the video, and I hope you come back next time to see the next part. But aside from that, I also hope you have a wonderful day slash night slash wherever the hell you are in this world, and I hope to catch you next time. Peace! Just real quickly before this video ends, if you hadn't told already, all these clips that have been collected in this video are future projects or future random videos that I'm planning on making. There will be TF2, there will be some videos about Ferrari, Legends, and Aqua. Probably not Legends, but there will be videos of Aqua, maybe. And there'll also be videos of Need for Speed games or racing games, Cyberpunk 2077, really glitchy games like that. Maybe Titanfall 2 at some point, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but yeah. Otherwise, again, as I just said, I hope you have a wonderful day slash night slash wherever the hell you are in this wacky world, and I hope you come back next time. Thanks for watching. Peace!